If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, but let's get right to it. So I just finished watching Chapter 6, The Prisoner from The Mandalorian. I loved this episode. It was so much fun. I loved seeing Clancy Brown right off the bat, playing that race of creatures that was in the first cantina in the 1977 film Star Wars with the horns. I don't know the name of the race right off the bat, but and who knew they were that tough that they could take all the abuse and beatings that they did, that this character did, that Clancy Brown played in the episode. And it's funny because I didn't know he was in it, and I kept looking at the character going, that looks like Clancy Brown. It looks like finally, until the credits rolled at the end, I was like, hey, it's Clancy Brown. That's great. There can be only one. Anyway, I loved Clancy Brown in this. Bill Burr was fantastic. I absolutely love Bill Burr. His comedy is hysterical. So seeing him as this guy, and I love the little joke. I'm going to talk about the episode, so there might be some spoilers. So if you don't want to go any further, you can come back later after you've seen the episode. But he's a former Imperial sharpshooter, and it's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek joke that he goes, "Hey, I'm not a stormtrooper," because obviously they can't shoot. That's hysterical. I love the joke that Bill Burr said about the Razor Crest, the ship. It looks like a slot machine in Canto Bight. Although not a fan of The Last Jedi, I love the little nods to things. And then, obviously this is a prequel to The Last Jedi stuff. So knowing that stuff all lives within this world is great. I love just more on the hate on the droids, which I think we're going to we've already figured out, I think, in the flashback sequences. The super battle droid probably killed Mando's family, and that's why he doesn't like droids. And my thinking is why he's so protective over the baby Yoda is that because we're going to find out in flashbacks that when the clone army descended down to help out this village being attacked by all the Imperial droids, the super battle droids, you're going to find out that we're going to probably see the old Yoda come in and save everyone except save the day. And the little boy is going to watch this Yoda jumping around like the little frog, with the lightsaber killing him. And then, so now that's why I think he's got an attachment to this baby Yoda, the clone Yoda, because I think Yoda saved him, and we're going to find that out. I love the whole prisoner heist aspect to this. I love, once again, Bill Burr had the best lines, when he talked about what's under the helmet. Are you a Gungan over there, underneath there? You so don't want to show your face. I mean, great stuff. I remember hearing a podcast about Bill Burr. It was on his podcast. And before he even got the gig on The Mandalorian, he knew nothing about Star Wars. Absolutely nothing. He wasn't a fan. He had caught the movies here and there, but had no idea the lore or any of this. So for him to be delivering these lines about Canto Bight or about the Gungans, he would have had to have either done some research, or the Lucasfilm people would have, the Lucas storytelling group would have had to have talked to him about it and said, yeah, this is, this is that. So it's really neat to know that Bill Burr knew nothing about Star Wars, and then here he is thrown right into this shit. I love the four-armed creature, was from Solo, a Star Wars story that was in the prison thing. The mouse droid scene was hysterical. The fight between the Mando and the droids was really, really good. How he took them all down and fought them, everything. I mean, he basically pulled out every stop of all his gadgets that he had. I like the one guy who had the remote, who could tell the Republic that they were under attack, this prison transfer. And once again, Bill Burr with the great one line, nice shoes, because they were Imperial Stormtrooper shoes. I'm wondering what the significance of the Cell 221 is, because we had Cell Block 1138 is THX 1138 from the original Star Wars, and then Princess Leia was being held in her cell was 2187, which was FN 2187. So the numbers are always within the Star Wars universe. There's always some sort of catch to them. So I'm wondering what 221 is. And I'll have to, maybe it's a reference to something in the Clone Wars. I loved when the one droid on the ship was trying to hunt down Clone Yoda, and he had the Boba Fett's style of blaster. Once again, really good stuff. I liked when you thought everyone was killed and they ended up being put into a prison cell, because one of the things that I said was, I hope they don't kill these characters because they were really fun bad guys. And so I hope that maybe in season 2 or something they'd come down the line. So it was really nice at the end when you realize they're all in the prisoner ship. And then when the Razor Crest takes off from that ship after delivering and collecting his fee, the rebels come out of hyperspace, the 3 X-Wings, and right away I was like, okay, that's Dave Filoni, that's Deborah Chow, and then obviously the director, Rick Fumiyawa, I think that's how you say his name. I hope I didn't butcher it too bad. But it was really nice to see them all being the X-Wing pilots that destroyed that stuff. And then the fighter that was being dispatched to go after the Razor Crest, that was from one of the films. I can't remember if it was Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith, but I feel like that ship, that style ship was, and that's the thing, when you got Dave Filoni in the mix on this, I love that he's taking a lot of things from the prequel films, whether it's references to Gungans or ships and things like that, and peppering them throughout to make this, because that's the one thing, I always said about, once they made the prequels, I was like the Naboo ships and fighters, especially the ships, the princesses or the senators' ships were such beautifully metallic, and I'm like, this technology looks so much better than the stuff in the original trilogy. And I was like, well, how come we didn't see this before? And I get that they have to invent things, but you'd think the prequels, some of this stuff would have carried over into the original trilogy. But it's nice to see that they're bringing a lot of nods, battle droids, super battle droids. They're doing a lot of stuff, which is really cool. And really blending both the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy together nicely. It's just been this episode. This one was a little longer. I'm happy. What do we've got? I think we got a few more episodes left, and we still haven't gotten to Giancarlo Esposito, his character with the Imperial Death Troopers. That might be maybe a season finale thing. And we still don't know much about Clone Yoda. Again, it's nice to see him do the Goo Goo Gaga stuff. And I know he's the hottest Tickle Me Elmo toy that's out there now. And, he does the thing with the hand and it's cute. And now he's playing with the steel ball again from the driving controls of the Razor Crest. But I need more. I think we're all dying to find out about Clone Yoda, and we gotta get there. And I just keep seeing the episodes tick along, and all we get is the Goo Goo Gaga stuff, and we're not getting what we need to know. But I think that's the point. They want to keep us, and then they're just going to string us along till the season finale, and then we're going to get some sort of a reveal, and then we really won't find out anything more until season 2. So anyway, once again, I love this episode. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. What were your favorite parts about this? Let's talk about it in the comments section, and we'll see you on the next one.